Scorpios, please make sure to get the book on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. So, if you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below as usual. So, let's get into it for the Scorpios here. The cards that I come up with are the Tower, the Hangman, the Eight of Bats, Nine of Pumpkins, Eight of Ghosts, the Ten of Pumpkins, Six of Pumpkins, Seven of Pumpkins, the Knight of Bats, Two of Ghosts, Page of Pumpkins, Two of Imps, Page of Ghosts, Knight of Ghosts, and last but not least, the High Priestess. So, this is for Scorpio. So obviously, the first card that came up is the Tower, right? In the reading, Scorpio is represented by Death and the Tower in the major arcana. So, there you go. So this is about, obviously, immediately you're in your own element. You have the Eight of Bats, still in your own element. You have the Hangman. Okay, so this is about, number one, immediately what first comes to my mind, bam, is about how some of you Scorpios are having difficulties in relationships. Immediately. These are not very comforting cards, you know. This is more so a couple of cards so far where there's a lot going on, a lot of chaos going on here that needs to be organized. First and foremost, the Tower card. Going through some form of an emotional transformation, right? Emotional transformation, some form of figuring things out, organizational skills, right? The Hangman, needing to take some time to actually figure out how to do that, right? The Eight of Bats, not necessarily knowing exactly where to start, but choosing to start from somewhere, which is what the Nine of Pumpkins represents. The Nine of Pumpkins represents choosing to start from a particular area, but not necessarily knowing, that's a lie. Choosing to start from a particular area, but understanding that the road back to recovery is going to be a difficult one, because you maybe you like this person, things obviously didn't work out as what you wanted it to be, and they essentially was on some BS. So a lot of you Scorpios are kind of disappointed in yourselves, wondering how is it that you fell for it again. It's not that you fell for it. What it is that you Scorpios just, again, have to be more mindful about how it is that, oh, happy birthday to you early Scorpios. But you Scorpios just have to be more mindful about how it is that, you know, you choose to go about meeting people, right? And being in relationships with them. What it is that you want to do is you just want to make sure that you're very adept, at figuring out how, when someone is BS, right? They'll say one thing, do it. Like, people don't seem to understand that they're making themselves, with the game, they're making themselves be BS. Whether it is that they want to admit it or not, that's exactly what it is that they're doing. Because the people whom are BS are people who say one thing, do another. I'm going to go ahead and call you back, but don't. Set something up, flake. You're not really those types of people are not really creating a whole lot of value. You know what I mean? But then if you actually tell them that, you know, you just fake. Then they get upset. Oh, you know, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, don't get upset. Just, you know, woosah. But you fake. You know what I mean? And then things that the Eight of Ghosts represents. So you just decided to walk away from this because that's where it is that you begin. A lot of you Scorpios are beginning from there, understanding that, you know, the best thing that you could have did is not just left physically, but also leave the situation alone by figuring out what exactly you liked about this person and what drew you to them and what they could do next, right? Or excuse me, what you can do next, but what they tried to take away from you, right? So the 10 of Pumpkins now, the 10 of Pumpkins represents, so now a lot of you are like, okay, like I said, trying to figure things out for yourselves. A lot of you Scorpios are trying to figure things out. But again, it's almost as if like you're being blindfolded. It's very difficult for you right now, right? As you can see, the kid being blindfolded and asked to kind of like, you know what I mean, hit pumpkins and stuff like this. Well, at the same time, the person is holding the rope. So it's like, it's kind of like a magician's assistant kind of thing where a lot of you may think that, you know, you're this caged, you know what I'm saying, like you're this assistant or whatever the case may be, but you're not actually the main attraction. Like you're not actually the main attraction of the show. And the thing is that the 6 of Pumpkins represents how it is that the 6 of Pumpkins and the 7 of Pumpkins, right? 6 or 7 of Pumpkins is about how a lot of you Scorpios need to learn that well you need to learn how, like I said, you need to learn how to figure out who's BSing from the very beginning, right? Like not everybody is going to be BSing, but see, a lot of the times, here's the thing though, when it comes to people who are not BSing, a lot of times those people are seen, or the narrative is those people are very, very unattractive, because a lot of times people, regardless of who they are, right, regardless of whatever it is that you're into, those types of people who are consistent and they say what it is that they're going to do, and then they go ahead and they do it, right? Those types of, like for me, for instance, speaking to somebody, they'll go ahead, call me such and such and such and such, okay? Right? Speaking to somebody that I knew from Central Park, right? Because I live in New York City, lived in Central Park, right? Still lives there. Hey, spoke to this person on a Thursday. Hey, can you go ahead and give me a call that on a Friday? This is what this person said. Say, okay, all right, okay. I kind of know where this is going, but I give you the benefit of the doubt. Give you a fair shake. Call that person that Friday, move the goalpost. So that I'm done now. I'm done after that. And rightfully so. And you, Scorpio, should be done after that too. Because unfortunately, and see, this is the thing, a lot of the times the people who are consistent, ain't interested in the games, they're not seen as attractive. Because that's what's attractive. That's what's out. That's why it is a lot of you Scorpios have so many issues. It's because what's out, what's seen as cool or hot right now is, I said this before and I'm going to say it again, idiocracy, being an idiot, is the name of the game. Most people wouldn't want, they say that they would, but in actual application, that's a lie. Most people wouldn't want someone consistent, right? So the thing is that the Knight of Bats and the Two of Ghosts represents, even if you was the one trying to be consistent with that person, they were still on some BS. So the Knight of Bats represents, you got to get yourself someone who is more straightforward. A lot of the times people don't take being straightforward as good, you know, because everybody is too caught up in this serpentile, you got to be sly to say something type stuff. If the majority of people have to be sly to say something that they really want to say, then it means that the society that they live in is punks, because you have to come up with trickier and fancier ways to not have someone get mad at you over you telling them the truth. So the thing is that the two of Ghosts represents how it is that another thing that you should be looking for with this particular person is making sure this person treats you like they are your partner, because they are your partner and you're a partner to them. The two of you are co-captains, because you can have co-captains on the same ship. I don't know if people knew that. So the thing is that the Page of Pumpkins, Two of Imps, okay, and the Page of Ghosts represents the relationship between the two of you, right, and from the past, and how things wouldn't have worked out anyway, no matter how much time you gave, the way, specifically in the way that things were going, because you and them were too different, and the two of y'all had to be separated because of that fact. So the two of y'all had two different things going on. You know what I'm saying? The Knight of Ghosts is about, so now that you're back on the dating scene, you should, first and foremost, you should be taking some time right now. You know, you should be mending that broken heart of yours, and then get back on the dating scene. The High Priestess represents, but you already have people who are secret admirers, stuff like this. It's that partner who you just broke up with. It's them. They already still, you know, checking in on you on social media and trying to see how things are going with you. You see what I'm saying? So they still checking in. So let's clarify the High Priestess. Okay. Let's see. So you have the Two of Wands, Two of Spears, right? I'm using the Game of Thrones Tarot. Queen of Swords, and then you have the Three of Spears. So to clarify the High Priestess, the Two of Spears is, you know, this person wishes to be with you, wishes to hang out with you. The Queen of Spears, they like how, excuse me, they like how it is that you're wearing the pain quite well, actually. The Queen of Spears, especially, see, that's the thing. The Queen of Spears, especially in this tarot deck, right, gives you that nuance where it's not just about like you wearing, you know what I'm saying, like you been through some pain and you understand what, you know what I'm saying, you have more of an understanding. But if you see the person, if you actually see the imagery, it's Cersei sitting on the throne, right, around, you know, the last around the last season. So the situation with her is that not only was her reign not very long, right? Her reign wasn't very long, but in the show, though, you have to say that she fought to be there and stuff like this, and she actually took the throne and stuff. But at the same time, if you can see the throne, it's a throne made out of swords, so it represents how it is that, yes, she has a lot of power, but for her never to actually be quite comfortable in it. But the mere fact that she's wearing it, right, with stone face, means that she's essentially stoic, in the sense that she's ready to accept the fact that, yes, she knows a lot more now, but this is a queen essentially who understands that, yes, she understands a lot more now, but at the same time, she's not going to let the pain affect her to a point. You know what I mean? And the thing is that the Three of Spears now represents how, well, these things is you, right? So the Three of Spears represents how these people understand that you more than likely not going to freak with them because you're so busy on getting things together. So this goes for people who want to say something to you, right? Walk up to you, try to spark up some sort of conversation, give you their number or something like this. But it also represents those types of people, or the person whom you just got yourself out of a relationship with, and just got yourself out of a relationship with, and wanting you to come back, right? Still checking in to see what it is that you're doing. So let's clarify the Two of Cups. So you have the Queen of Spears, Queen of Coins, wow, and the Devil card. So this is about the Devil card is about you having a need to really pay attention to other people's motives, but it also represents you need to have your own purpose, in the sense that yes, you can be with someone. But this is why it is out as talk for dual individualistic relationships, where the two of you are one entity, another entity, and then when y'all get together, y'all make a relationship. Because the thing is that everybody is going to need, from my own personal perspective, people can disagree with me if you want. This is something that I've really sat back and watched and observed. The people who are the most glued to each other like glue have the worst type of fights. And they have not only do they have the worst type of fights, but a lot of the times it doesn't last long. Like, case for instance, the movie Spider-Man Far From Home, right? With Zendaya in it. But Tom Holland and stuff like this, right? Tom Holland's friend, right? And the person that he met in class when he was playing the video game on the plane, stuff like this, they was so stuck on each other throughout the entire movie. And then by the end of the movie, they decided to break up. Why? Because it doesn't last that long. Because the two of them was so, they literally went through a whole like marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like a romantic living with each other, marriage, right? Physical romance, marriage, honeymoon phase, all within 2+ hours of the movie is concerned. And then they burned each other out because they didn't even know how to prolong it, and that was it after that. So you have to learn, right, how to make you. So what I'm saying is, a lot of you Scorpios have to learn to manage things out and to make sure that you manage yourself, as well as kind of sit back and see what's going on with this person. And that also you need to have your own thing that you're doing, as well as the person having their own thing. Because the Queen of Spears and the Queen of Coins represents, if this is the case, like I said, you're going to have two people who are essentially headbutting because they've got their own thing going on. So this is something a lot of you Scorpios are going to have to watch out for. Keep that in mind. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.